Sanbanani, good afternoon, and welcome back to Green Pastures Coaching. Um, a space of finding peace, a space of healing. But the most important thing is space for healing, a space for finding rest. So today's story is about a woman who is in her early 40s. And the main challenge, I'm going to speak about the main challenge, right? Before I give you a bit of context. And the main challenge is that she is feeling overwhelmed. So today we're going to talk about the different things you can start doing when you are feeling overwhelmed, and the different things that you can start doing when you feel like life is too much and you've got a lot of responsibilities, you've got a lot of duties that you need to do, you've got and yeah, things that you can start doing when you are feeling overwhelmed. So let me give you a bit of context about the story. So this woman, like I said, she is around early 40s. She's a stay-home mom. She is a wife. So she takes care of the husband. She takes care of her 5-6 children. She takes care of her siblings, even though it may not be financial, but it can be emotional. She takes care of her siblings' children, meaning her nieces and nephews, and the in-laws as well, right? And part of her challenge of feeling overwhelmed is she's taken up the role as a deputy parent. Yes. It's not always where someone chooses that I'm going to be a deputy parent because our parents have passed on. But part of the journey of growing up where you are living, when you were growing up, is that there's certain responsibilities that you were given because you are the firstborn child in the family, right? And then you are given those responsibilities. So what happens is that when the pillars of the family, which is the parents, when they then now pass on, you become responsible for that particular thing. You sort of continue with the journey of parenting the other siblings, even when we are adults. But every time there's a challenge about something else, you are the one who gets the call. Every time you see, you know, endlini akukho right, osukumayo, ophakamayo ukuthi liluke, right? And part of this whole part of her feeling very overwhelmed is that she's taken all the burdens Sabatu. She's made them her own, and part of making her own, she now is pressured to saying, how am I going to solve this particular thing? It becomes even much more painful where the things happening close to her, meaning her children, when they have certain challenges, and in this instance she can't even help, then she feels very weak. She feels like she's failed herself as a woman. She's failed herself as a woman. But when we were going through the session with this particular lady, and it's starting to also realize about conversation that she used to have with his father, and particularly from a perspective of what her father taught her, and as a woman that these are the things that you need to do since you're now married. You have to take care of your family. You can't stay at your home for a long time because you are married. But part of other things is that the pressures that come also in life is having to make promises to your parents, whether they are alive or have passed on, and make promises to say, Mom, Dad, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get a house. I'm going to get married. I'm going to take up the family. I'm going to do this and. And now, because your parents have passed on, you don't have anyone to go talk to and say, I'm unable to do now 1, 2, 3. What should I do? And now you still feel pressured because you've made that promise while they were still alive. And so, excuse me. So we had a confidence session, right? And when we had a confidence session with this particular lady, there was something I loved, and these are the things we're going to talk about. Things that you can start doing um, to release, to relieve, to assist you to find rest, to find healing, to find peace in you feeling overwhelmed, right? So we're going to talk about these things. And the most important thing she spoke about when I asked her, so what have you learned? What have you realized? Yo! And let me get my book. I want to see. So this is what she says. She says, it's easy to destroy yourself. And this was one of her realizations. That she started realizing how she was destroying herself by taking up challenges, by taking up things, by taking up burdens and responsibilities that does not belong to her, especially when her siblings are now adults. There's a thing about Miss Mommy, but I'm right? There's a thing about Miss Mommy, women love to say, and the perception that men cannot take care of themselves, and therefore they take upon that responsibility with you. Oh, Pella, if I leave my husband for a week, my children are gonna go hungry. Or my husband can't take care of himself. I need to push it. Yes, certain things are said by men who are older, who say, we know ourselves, but these are the pressures that women end up, that women start putting so much pressure on themselves that even when they feel like they need to rest, they feel like they can't do that because they've got a man that they need to take care of. But there are certain parts where there's a certain level now where you must have certain boundaries, right? And the things that you can start doing, and I'm going to talk more also from her realization, is that let it go. That's number one. When you're feeling overwhelmed, let it go. Let go of the things that are not your responsibilities and duties. And you have to sit down and assess ukuthi yini eyakho that directly affects you as an individual. So your children directly affects you, right? Yes, anything that happens in your household affects you. However, you can't now be in a particular situation where you are now taking burdens of your sister, where it is your sister's responsibilities and she's capable of doing that. But ngoba now you are you are the superhero in the family, and now you're going to take upon those responsibilities and make it yours. Right? You let go of the challenges, you let go of the burdens that don't belong to you, and you'll have to sit down and assess with you. Let it go. Number two is creating boundaries. Part of the reasons why people feel overwhelmed and feel like they have a lot to do is because they don't have boundaries. Abakwazi ukuthi hey yo awumfonela chomi bathong khona le lenyalo kae tlo nthusa ho pheha chomi ke tlotla o yetso chomi o da uzokusiza ukupheha. Chomi, I'm financially overstretched. Ke tlhoka 1 2 3 chomi. I'm getting me like 1,000 randanyana chomi kiye. But now here's what you don't have. Chomi, but when chomi go bound to say I'm moving chomi and I need 1 2 3 go bound drive and we must go to this place so we can grab and move these particular boxes. Chomi uda. You know, when you are then calling your sister to anything that you are going to ask, or your brother, or whatever the case may be, and when they are going to ask of such things and you are unable to say no, knowing very well you do not have awunayo. And in Topshung, I think one of the things I loved when she says it's easy to destroy yourself is seeing that you can't assist But when you're going to drag yourself, and after dragging yourself, you're the very first person who's going to complain that when you are not assisted when you need help. You are going to be the very same person who's going to complain when now there are no food or other things that you need to buy with the money that you've borrowed. No scenario in the first place, but you are borrowing other people. Boundaries. So I loved what she said is let it go. That's one thing she's going to start doing, to let go. Number 2, create boundaries. Create boundaries. As an individual to say no. Hey. No. And part of the reasons why you are feeling overwhelmed is because you can't say hey. Say no. No, I can't. These are things that are going to assist you in helping you feel relieved, be at peace, be happy at the same time. Number three, and this is part of self-care, right? So all these things fall under self-care, right? So it's like the umbrella of the solution of feeling overwhelmed is self-care. Let it go, number 1. Number 2, create boundaries. Number 3, and I'm going to talk particularly to women who have given their lives to other people, but they have not taken care of themselves. They have not taken care of their dreams. They have not taken care of the things that make them feel good. It's everything about, how is my sister doing? How is my brother doing? How is my nephew doing? How is focus on your dreams for a change. And the only way to start focusing on your dreams, there are things you can start writing down. 3 top things that you've always wanted more as a stay-home mom, as a woman, as a superhero, as a bogoto that you've given yourself that responsibility. Start writing the 3 things that you've always wanted to do, but you've always put it, the list, you've put the list of your list because it's not important, right? And start putting it a priority. Start putting it as a priority, and write down the top 3 things. Start researching in terms of what can you do, and start taking action towards those particular things. And these are the things that are going to assist you to not be overwhelmed by the responsibilities of other people and feeling like your life does not matter. Let it go, Mbasi. Have the courage, be brave to say no, and start taking care of yourself by focusing on your dreams. And these are my 3 solutions for today's story. If you do have any challenges, if you've got any problems, if you are feeling hopeless, if you're feeling worthless, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling like I can't take it anymore, I can't do it anymore, and you need assistance, you can always contact me on my number. It is 081 040 3402, and I will then talk about it on my stories, and we can share with other people who are feeling the same way. Don't forget to follow my group on Facebook. It's Green Pastures Coaching. The only reason why I'm not doing lives is particularly because of Linda Bayelo Chidingi, and I don't want to say, guys, let's meet 6 o'clock, and then today Sinelo Shed. Next week, Sinelo Shed, the next, because of that inconsistency. And also because I am trying by all means to be consistent in the work that we are doing. But yeah, so I will try by almost every Tuesday and every Thursday. You will find me here on Green Pastures Coaching on Facebook. And yeah, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye. God bless you.